civil services students. I hope everybody is fine, doing great. I just wanted to meet you and because I'm busy with other subjects here, CACS, and that was one reason I could not continue my classes. Now from till yesterday, some of my busy schedules were actually finished. Now I'll start from today. I will try my level best to post at least one lecture every day. I'm seriously thinking, I'm always student pro. I always think that you should be busy because civil services, my experience, I went up to interview 99, I gave my interview. If you're not busy, if you're not busy doing something, being a civil servant student, if you're not busy doing something, if you're, I'm telling you, most of the students, there's a lot of this thing, faculty might not be able to give you everything. You must make yourself so busy and keep reading something, keep writing something, keep thinking about issues that are happening, and spend a lot of time on reading newspaper and whichever material, whatever textbooks that you have, especially when it comes to those people who are planning to write prelims this year or next year, whatever it is. NCRT books of 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th of all the subjects you are supposed to. I'm going to come up with, I'm in touch with few faculty members. I'm going to get one faculty from especially Delhi. I'm in touch with most of my friends. When I was working with Rao's IAS Study Circle, I taught almost all current and general studies. Now I want to regain that now. I actually want to start all general studies to help you out. Geography classes I'm going to start from tomorrow. Especially I will start with Indian geography, and at the same time, especially this series, I'm starting like the concepts and questions that you must read if you really want to write in 2020 prelims. Whether you're serious or not serious, that's a different story. All of us have been disturbed. If in case you are not very serious, I advise you don't lose your what you call consistency. What is very important is you need to be consistent and you continue focus on, if not this year, next year, something like that. God knows, we don't know. But I don't want to disappoint you in terms of just keeping you free, keeping you idle, keeping you just like that. Okay, so that's the reason I'm conducting current affairs test every day online. I hope that is going on very well with solutions, etc. If in case, see, handling technology, you need to learn now. There is no other option, because I have seen a lot of students before in the past, everything online they did and they passed and they became collectors also. You need to realize one thing, and I'm also trying my level best from once the lockdown and everything is finished. I'm going to actually continue with both. If in case you want to attend, you can continue, otherwise live classroom classes, both I'm going to do 100%. We are going to do, we are planning, actually we are shattered completely. And as of now, I want to make a very important announcement. As of now, we don't have any full-time faculty in BRICS IAS because of this season. Even Devi sir has been now converted into part-time teacher. That is one reason. You might be wondering, so I must be telling you very clearly, why is he not in the group? Because he's not a full-time faculty. He started his own online classes, I heard. So as you keep yourself in my place, if in case you are running an academy and your own faculty running classes outside. So I know he's a fantastic teacher, he's an extraordinary teacher, no doubt about it. But we will use his services once classroom classes are there. For regular classroom classes, okay, whatever subjects that he takes. But general studies, I'm going to increase my time, and I'm going to increase my classes. I'm going to increase my, what you call, contribution, because I have done it and I had that experience. I had trained more than 1 lakh students. So, and my qualification is basically BA History, Economics and Politics, and I also studied my MA. I'm a gold medalist from the university. I studied my LLB. So LLB, you know, law plus constitution, everything. But I have been very busy with CACS classes of law, etc. So I was not in a position to focus other than economy. So I could understand, because my involvement, personal concern with the students would definitely, I'm confident, because I made many students to clear prelims exam in the past. So I would definitely do it hereafter. Let's see. So I will try my level best, what all I could do from my side. But you need to be very positive, because you are a civil servant. You should not creep about anything. You should not be very short tempered. You should not be disturbed by anything. People may come and go. I might be there with you for about 1 year. Afterwards, some other people will guide you, and there's very less time. My sincere request: you have a 2 years plan now. Those of you who are working, you are doing a fantastic. Especially, I could see the people who are studying and working; they're actually doing a better job. But students who are free and they're completely on this, they're not doing. That's what I could see when I see the marks. I have analyzed your marks yesterday. So this series, I have picked up some concepts which are I have compiled some concepts for all the subjects. Like I expect that these kind of concepts which have happened last 1 year are going to pakka appear. I mean, I'm thinking directly, indirectly, one or two points which we have compiled might appear in the examination. So therefore, my thing now I want to tell you two things. Now, number one, this kind of series, questions and concepts you must read for 2020. It does not mean you should not read for 2021. If in case exam anything is there gone, so 2021 exam is going to be very challenging because the questions and concepts that they could not cover in 2020, they're going to cover. And whatever happenings in 2020, it's a critical situation for entire country. So civil servants and their observations, opinions are highly expected in this regard. So don't leave your consistency. My only sincere request: please focus at least for 8 to 10 hours and try to practice more. If you practice more, if you listen to people more, you will be able to get correct grip of the concept. Otherwise, no. Okay, so I'll try to cover most of the concepts. Let it be history, polity, economy, whatever, geography and economy, and this public administration, because public administration was my optional, one of the optional when I was writing. Geography and public administration were my optionals when I was writing prelims and mains. With these two subjects, in fact, I went up to interview. With economics optional also, I went up to interview. I cleared mains once. So I wanted to actually, I was thinking seriously, why can't I contribute? Because I studied so much, I taught so many papers, and why am I simply wasting time? Why am I actually not contributing for the students' welfare, etc., etc.? I thought, okay. Now let's quickly. So this series is one thing that is important. I'm going to cover 500 concepts in this month, especially starting from today. Within 30 days, I'm going to cover 500. I have a target. I'm compiling actually. At least daily 3 4 concepts if I could manage, or some days if I could manage 5 concepts, or some, let's say 10 concepts, I would be able to cover more than 300 concepts. But my target is to cover, so one fine day I might cover 20 30 concepts. That's what I'm thinking. So to begin with, this is a new actually concept I'm thinking. So this will definitely keep you busy. This will help you reading the material what is given. This will also help you understand how exactly questions are going to be asked in every subject. If in case it's a science related where I cannot do a justice, I'm going to take faculty for history, especially expert from Delhi. So probably I will make sure that history also I can explain, but I don't want to again dig into that. Okay. So this is basically, I wanted to focus more on current burning issues with respect to the different subjects. Okay, static subjects I'm not going to touch. Okay, that is what. Static subjects, geography, I'm going to start from tomorrow. Every day, at least 25 minutes class, I'll post it by between 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock. 25 minutes class, I will post it. You can watch at 7 o'clock. Before 7 o'clock, any class will be posted. So make sure that you start reading. Geography is a technical static paper, around 11 to 12 questions or 14 questions. Last 2019 14 questions were asked from geography, which we should not ignore. I'll also tell you tomorrow 2019 question paper analysis of how many questions have actually been asked. So I'm doing some research on this, so I will compile and I'll come up with some information which is easy for you to understand. So this information you can even use it for mains examination as well. Alright, stay positive and stay calm, and instead of worrying about anything that is happening around you, what is right in front of you, just keep reading and don't worry about whatever is the scenario that is happening. So all things will not last long for a longer period of time. Okay, let's look at this question. With reference to Citizenship Amendment Act of 2019, which is CAA, a very famous one, and it was one of the most controversial. I'll tell you how to read actually, how to, when you look at the concept, what is the perspective that you're actually supposed to have. That is what I'm going to guide you based on my personal experience when I was preparing, because without attempting a single science question, I cleared prelims 3 times. I'm telling you. Trust me, because this history, economy, polity, geography, current affairs, Panchasutra, I'm telling you, these history, economy, polity, geography, current affairs will change your life with 100 marks, I'm telling you. And especially if you are a candidate who doesn't have any reservation, you have no option. 60 questions you must be able to answer perfectly. Understood? That is the story. Okay, so I wanted to tell you, I'm not going to give you static subject here. I'm going to tell you the background history, why is it very important. I'm going to also tell you how the questions are going to be asked. I'm also going to tell you how to read it first of all, when you know the concept, because most of the time when the coaching is over, you will definitely know what exactly is the concept, but how to actually use it, how to imagine. You need to develop a perspective. That perspective is very important for you to understand the questions and how to answer, because most of the time what happens, when I wrote prelims for the first time many years before, first attempt I could not clear because of only one reason, that I could not assess the question, because I was not able to manage time. I was not able to manage. You need to know first of all how to manage time in every question. So you should not think too much. Too much of thinking will kill you in mains. That will not kill you in prelims, but that will definitely kill you in mains, because you need to control yourself within that format and write. 1,000 words means 1.5 page. That's it. They will give you no question starter, next question. In that space will be given. In that space only you have to finish the answer. So your thinking, opinion, observation, feelings, concept, material, information, everything has to be constricted to that question number 1 to question number 2. There is a space given. So thinking too much, having so much of information and not having a proper plan of practicing every day, writing answers is going to kill you. Let's quickly finish at least 3 questions. Today I came up with 3 questions, so I'm going to start now. Today 3, maybe tomorrow onwards, every day 5-10 questions I will try to. Let's finish. I'm thinking based on my experience, based on past 3 years, 2019 question paper, 2018 question paper, 2017, 3 years question papers I've gone through last 2 weeks, and based on that I thought that these concepts based on the previous papers are going to be definitely hitting you at any cost in the coming up prelims examination. This will also help you for groups, so please group 1 people and the civils people, make sure that you have the proper. So it says it is applicable to the whole India, including northeastern states. I don't know whether you have read or not the Amendment Act. If in case you have read, the moment you see, you know, because in civil services they are going to test your minute understanding, and because we being civil servants are not supposed to be general. You cannot be general. You need to be very firm. If you speak, that has to be proper, and you should be very confident. That's it. It says the CAA Act of 2019 is applicable in the whole India, including northeastern. So the question whether it adds or not, if in case there's an second one, it makes foreign illegal. Read the question. Illegal agreements, illegal migrants of 6 religion communities: Hindus, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain, Parsi and Christian. Total 6 from all across the world. That is the problem. I don't know, even if you have read newspapers, you must have read, because I'm compiling this last 6-7 months, whatever has happened. I'm focusing on this Panchasutras: history, economy, polity, geography, current affairs of connected points. See, I'm telling you, you will definitely find my discussion of these 300-400 questions. At least, I'm telling you, at least half of the questions you will find. I'm taking a challenge, you also take it as a challenge. And if in case I'm not covering deeper information here, because I'm trying to confine myself to the question which is given, and I'm going to focus only on those 2 concepts. So immediately you have to read in that way the CAA Act. Okay, first point, it says, is it applicable to northeastern states? Second one, it says illegal agreements for how many religious communities? 6 religious communities, which is there. I mean, Muslim is not there, right? Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain, Parsi, Christian, from all across the world. I am sure it is not. So definitely, if I have read my CAA Act, I would definitely say it is none of these. I mean, neither 1 nor 2. So explanation, let's see if in case this is asked for means or anything. Let's see. Okay, so look at this. The Citizenship Act was amended by Citizenship Amendment Bill. I'm trying to load lot of information. I'm trying to give you a lot of information. I'm telling you, 2009, which was passed by Parliament on December 11th. This date is very important if you are writing prelims. And received the President assent on December 12th. December 11th, December 12th, 1 day difference. The amended act makes 1 day difference. That 1 day difference, if you remember, when you read the question, passed by Parliament on what date? Assent was given by President on what date? 1 day difference, you remember. So if you know the one date, you can manage. The amended act makes foreign illegal migrants of 6 religion communities, Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain, etc., etc., eligible for Indian citizenship. So what is this one? First one says from all across the world. Understood? So look at the second one. But the last line says what? From Afghanistan, from Bangladesh, from Pakistan. How many nations? So this act is basically dealing with only 3 countries in this regard. So this is how you need to. First of all, for prelims examination, amendment bill was presented in Parliament, passed by Parliament on December 11, and President of India has given his assent or consent on December 12, 1 day gap. And the 6 religion comes 6, number 6, you remember, and in that Muslims are not there. Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain, that too, these are all illegal migrants. And coming from how many? Afghanistan, ABP. If you remember BJP, you will understand. BJP में J निकाल दो. BP. This is how you need to analyze. BJP or BP, Bangladesh. Anyway, you know. But sometimes they will try to Nepal. They will give you and confuse you. Understood? Myanmar, they will give you and confuse you. Sri Lanka, they will give you and confuse you. Yes. You need to be very, very, very careful. So we're going to offer citizenship for these 3 countries, 6 religions, etc., etc. So the whole world, across the world, is absolutely wrong. Understood? One sentence, one term is going to help you to understand exactly what is needed. So I'm trying. I told you, as I told, I'm going to try and guide you how to read the question, how to actually analyze it, how to gather the information. Okay, that is very important. The next one, the first question, second option we could answer by this. The second one, whole India include. No, it is not a silly. It is applicable to those who have taken shelter in India due to persecution on grounds of religion and or fear of such persecution. In those countries like Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Pakistan, they were all persecuted. They were all affected very badly by such governments there or those governments there. That means in Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Pakistan, these people were badly affected, and because of the fear of persecution, they came to India. That is, all those people have actually been coming till December 31st, 2014 before, if in case they had come. For such people, 6 religious communities coming from these 3 countries, we're going to give them citizenship. See, now I'm telling you, any act of government, when you're reading, my sincere advice is, instead of questioning why so-and-so religion is not included, know first what it is. What is the analysis of government? Because you're going to be a government guy. You can give a constructive criticism, but do you have an answer for it? When government is thinking seriously, this is how, and you think something else. I failed an interview because of that. Not only me, anybody with that negative attitude, criticizing attitude, I'm narrow-minded attitude will pakka land you in trouble in interview. You, with lot of difficulty, you'll go to Delhi for giving interview and you will nicely flunk there. You need to be very smart here. When you're applying for a country visa, suppose if you want to apply for a visa and that consulate will ask that 3-4 questions whom you answer will decide your visa. Lakhs of people have migrated. Means imagine how smart they behaved when they were answering questions in the consulate. See, you need to develop this attitude. I'm not joking, guys. I'm not joking. I'm telling you, this is, you develop this attitude, automatically the universe will surround your success. Next one, on acquiring citizenship, such illegal migrants shall be deemed to be Indian citizens from the date of their entry in India, and from the date not, this is retrospective. The third point clearly says from the date they entered into India, retrospective, and all legal proceedings regarding their status as illegal migrants is going to be completely closed. So third point is going to tell you they will deem to be Indian citizens. Once this is done, they will deem to be Indian citizens from the date they entered, retrospective it is. See, in every paragraph you have to hold like this, especially this kind of political issues. International relations, political issues, economy related, you have to study in this way. Fourth one is third schedule to the act has been amended to make applicants belonging to the said communities from 3 countries. What are those? BP first, you remember. Bangladesh, Pakistan, and in between A is there. In between A is there, right? Just a second please, I have to give a question paper. Just a second all of you. I'm extremely sorry. Students are writing exams. Sorry for interruption. Yeah. Everybody clear? So today other students are writing exam. I forgot to give the paper. Okay. So now this is what we have studied, right? So first one, it says 3 countries. First point, it says 3 countries, 6 religion communities. Second point, it says on or before this for prelims December 31st 2014. Then it is not, the citizenship is not going to be from 2015 or 2019. It's going to be when they entered. And the third schedule of the act has been amended to make sure that these people will be eligible. Say 3 countries eligible for citizenship by naturalization. This is one keyword. If they can establish their residency in India for 5 years instead of previous requirement 11 years. This is a very popular thing you must have seen in the newspaper also. This clearly says what? It says the said communities from the 3 countries eligible for citizenship by naturalization naturally, if they can establish their residency in India for 5 years instead of the previous requirement. Previous requirement is if they could establish residency in India for 11 years, they're going to be citizens, but now only 5 years we're going to consider. That is one thing. Then the provisions of the act, however, do not apply to tribal. So this is the first point we are answering. It is applicable to whole India or not. So once you know the basic outlines of the act, you will be able to easily answer this, right? So the last point, it says do not apply to tribal areas of Assam, Meghalaya. States you should remember for prelims. So now I gave you these questions, but I'm trying to load some information in every point in such a way so that you will remember in the next. So I'm telling you here indirectly, directly, I have that experience, trust me. Indirectly, directly, you will definitely be tested in one of these concepts. It says Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram and Tripura as included in the 6th schedule to the constitution and the areas, it does not apply, right? How many states for Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Tripura? Okay, and inner line permit is applicable, and all those other states, okay, where inner line permit is applicable, including the states of Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Mizoram. So simply speaking, northeast states is not applicable. Understood? Understood? Yes, yes. That is how. This is how. So we don't have time, because if you make me to spend more time on the entire act, it takes a lot of time. But my plan is at least daily 5-6 questions I should be able to give you, which are going to test your logic. So each point, see now I asked you these 2 points. Next in the next exam, they might ask you eastern states related. Okay, anything. Very important note, why this is very important. I want to tell you why this is very important. This is very important because the amendment bill was passed in the Parliament 2019 and received the assent on so and so 2019 current affairs. It's very important. Even not this year, I'm telling 2021 also they will ask you, because right now, thank God, there was an issue. There's an issue called COVID-19 issue. Now government has a beautiful issue, China issue, and luckily people are not talking about this. The moment these 2 issues are gone, again people will come back to the India. We are living in India. People again will come back to the normal phase, because we need to have if not you and I are worried, media will definitely pop up something and discussions will begin. Jokes about that is political situation. So you understood now. This is how you. So this information I'm trying to give you, even which is going to help you for writing mains also, because this much only for 1000 words you can write. Within that maximum you can't write. Okay, some questions you might have to add, but I'm telling you. Okay, next one more quickly, because I have 3 questions today to discuss. General information I give. With reference to Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019, consider the following statements. State legislature, including Legislative Council of State of Jammu and Kashmir, has been abolished. So they say State Legislative Assembly abolished. Bolke they say. The newly created Union Territory of Ladakh has 2 districts. Okay, I think it is true. Maybe if you had read in the newspapers, I read in the newspaper, definitely. Okay, which of the following statement is incorrect? Okay, so let's see, my answer is C, that is both 1 and 2. Both 1. That means what? State legislature, including Legislature Council of State Legislature Council, both. That is the logic here. In Jammu and Kashmir, what all things have been abolished? Only legislative assembly, legislative council, upper and lower houses, both. Okay, that is one logic. Yes, it is true. The newly created territory of Ladakh has two districts. Those two districts, Ladakh and Leh, we will study now. Look at the information. So answer is C. Okay, Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act was enacted to provide for the reorganization of before, erstwhile means before, Jammu and Kashmir into two union territories, one to be eponymously. Eponymously means any name after the region. Eponymously means name after any name that is given after the region. I mean based on the region. Name given after the person, name given after the particular region is called eponymously. That is called two things. One is Ladakh, second thing is Jammu and Kashmir. Understood? Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir. That is clear. Next, according to the State Legislative Council has been abolished. Shall now onwards be treated as Legislative Assembly of Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. So, both were, the act both were cancelled. Both were, which one? Legislative Assembly has been cancelled. Legislative Council of the state has been cancelled. Now it is going to be treated here onwards. Legislative Assembly of Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. That is clear. This is so when you are reading this kind of Reorganization Act of Jammu and Kashmir, please make sure this kind of information you have in brief, and in other words, to be precise, you need to have a precise information. A newly created will have two things, namely that is Ladakh has two districts, that is Kargil and Leh. Understood? Everybody clear? Immediately I'll tell you this. I can connect it to geography also. Immediately what you have to do, you have to take an Indian map and see first of all where are these two. They might give in geography current affairs what do you do? What do they do? They will give an Indian map of that portion and find out the put points A, B, C, D and say clearly where is Kargil, where is Leh. Recently in the news what are these known for, etc. Anyway, that I will cover it in geography also, but immediately I am telling you from the geography point of view, that is how you have to cover it. Just go immediately today itself, take an atlas nicely, check these points, locations and have some practice. Two, three times have some practice, because this question, whether they ask from the polity point of view or from the international relations point of view or from the Indian geography point of view, should not miss. Understood? This is what they are expecting. Alright guys, so overall Kashmir, this Act 2019 it was passed to provide reorganization of erstwhile so and so into two main territories, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Ladakh has two things, Kargil and Leh. Understood? And recently now China, India, that also geographically pakka they will ask you, politically they will. So there will be two questions, polity question will come between India-China crisis and geography question will come. Anyway, I will cover, that also I compiled, don't worry. I'm compiling also. Let's go ahead with the third one. So you understood now how to study. This will also help you. Don't skip this lesson. This will definitely help you. I'm telling you, something is better than nothing. I want you to keep yourself busy. So I'm actually lightening the lamp now. And the lamp is there. Whatever is there around the lamp, you please know thoroughly. You will save your life. Trust me, this is the technique I applied. And because practically we applied, practically we could clear, then you can clear. Don't worry. And some of you, most of you are from science background, and some of you, even though coming from commerce background, you're too hardworking, you have that vision, vigor, enthusiasm, motivation. Continue having them consistently, nothing happens. Alright, consider the following pairs of constitutional amendments which have come into existence recently. Number 103, 104. 103, the statement is, it is to provide 10% reservation for economically weaker sections, non-caste based. Economically weaker sections of the society for admission into educational institutions and employment in central. So three things again. One is 10% economically weaker sections, that too admission into educational and central government job, not state government jobs. So three things, three logics you have in that. When you read the newspaper, this is how you need to. One is 10% reservation, that too economically weaker sections, not on the basis of caste system. Second thing is the entry into admission, educational institution admission, as well as what? As well as this central government jobs. Everybody clear? Yes? Okay. 104th is to extend the deadline for cessation of reservation of seats of members from scheduled castes, and cessation means ending. I mean, there is a time it was given that the deadline is to be ended, where we give seats for members from SCs and STs in Lok Sabha, state legislatures, by the period of 10 years. So the amendment has extended it. So whether these two statements are correct or not. Let's see the answer. C, that is 1 and 2. Both are correct. Both are. I loaded more info because instead of me giving you none of these answer and unnecessarily create a confusion, I want to give you something where I can give you some information, correct information. Okay, look at this. 103rd amendment, yes, it is true. Introduce 10% weaker sections, etc. And second one, 104th amendment, that is related to extends to deadline for cessation for reservation of seats related to so and so. So both the statements are correct. Okay, now this amendment, this is very third point. This amendment does not, however, extend the period of reservation of the two Lok Sabha seats. Anglo-Indian seats are there, no, that will not extend. And thus practice of nominating two members of Anglo-Indian community by the President of India under the recommendation of Prime Minister of India was effectively abolished. In the sense, no extension. No extension. This is very, so this point you can expect in the next question. Go through this. Overall, this amendment details. So this is, I wanted to actually show you some sample questions today. So I have decided now, every day, no matter 2 or 3 questions also I'm going to give you tomorrow. I have, right now I compiled more than 200 questions. And I'm waiting actually, because if I tell you again, if I don't start immediately, at least one question also I'll discuss. Sometimes concept might take, so I don't want to give you more than 30 minutes or 20 to 30 minutes. Use this, write the regular current affairs and write the mock tests which are going on, and plus these things, definitely you're going to be perfect in your preparation. And keep yourself busy, no matter what, keep yourself busy. And have that systematic self-discipline and continue doing it no matter what's happening around you. I hope you could find this as the beneficial one. Continue doing it. Have a good day. Thank you so much.